Hello and welcome to another production of the Single Eight Show. Your name is...
My name is Joseph Mills, and your name is...
The Single Eight.
And today, we will have some fun and games.
Yeah.
But we're going to start serious and talk about the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
So, start us out, Single H.
They passed a ban on gender-affirming care for minors.
They passed a ban for gender-affirming care for minors, which means that...
But it had not fully passed yet. We need to clarify that. To our knowledge, it had not fully passed yet. It still had to go through the Senate.
I'm telling you, I seriously doubt it'll get through the Senate.
Yes.
Yeah, I seriously doubt it'll get through the Senate. But it is still disheartening that it got past the House. It is extraordinarily disheartening that 3 Democratic voters broke ranks and voted against transgender rights. It makes no sense to me. Almost as much as I'm sure that there are some Republican individuals that are wondering how the 4 Republican people that voted against the bill could go that way. I am quite proud that we're starting to see some Republican response to this issue, although it only be 4. It's just
I'm happy
annoying.
we're starting to see Democrats fully step up to the plate. The ones who are doing it are now stepping up to the plate and are willing to actually go back.
If we look at this is a measure that was brought forth by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who for like a minute seemed like that she was trying to become a human being, but here we are back to the same mumbo jumbo slander crap.
Yeah. It's kind of like how messed up are you in the brain to not see another person as a human?
That's pretty much a very fair statement.
Yeah. Because that's the only thing that when I see these bills get passed is what I'm thinking about most of the time. I'm like, how messed up can you be to take away something that has been proven time and time again to save lives?
Yes. So I want to take it one step further. I'm going to piss you off.
Yeah.
I am going to take the narrative that they are right about transgender people.
Even though it's not science.
Even though it's not true.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the narrative that they are right. You know what they still did? There is this whole population of intersex individuals that are born with both sets of genitalia.
Or it's literally as simple as a different genotype. It is not that X and Y, it's not that XX and XY to make someone equal their sex.
Okay.
Because that is even a spectrum on its own.
Yes, but that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Let me say what I'm trying to say. With them working towards taking away the ability for a minor to have gender-affirming surgery, intersex individuals that normally have gender-affirming surgery at birth to help them...
Normal, and with it being at birth without their own consent over it.
Yes.
I also need to say that alongside the process.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm also...
But...
I will...
Anyway, and then later in life that they discovered that their parents made the wrong decision. Okay? But it takes away for there to be any gender narrative for that person, because normally some form of gender affirming surgery happens in an intersex birth that aligns them with a gender. Whether it's right or wrong or whatever, parents do make that choice. I know it because I know people. Okay?
Okay.
Now, that's it. If I am going on the narrative that, okay, you're right about transgender, they are still hurting intersex people.
Yeah, but they're also not thinking about intersex people.
Yeah, because intersex people don't exist.
Yeah,
to them. And that's one of the things that I love to do. When I see somebody post on stupid ass Instagram or Threads, there's only 2 genders, I write back, no, people are born 3 ways.
And even in those 3 ways, there's thousands of ways in those 3 ways.
Yes. But if they narrow it down all the way to you're either born with a penis or a vagina, there is still the narrative to push back. People are born 3 ways.
Yep.
Yes.
Because they do not care because it breaks their wonderful illusion.
Yes.
That's why the first time he stepped into office, he said that I don't exist. Because I break his wonderful illusion of everything being pink and blue. And not every other color of the rainbow.
And he's so obsessed with making you not exist, that proving that you not exist, that he's trying to make you not exist.
Yes, that's why I like calling it a social genocide, for lack of a better word, or a lawful genocide.
Yes.
People in power are not directly shooting at them, but they are taking moves to make them do it themselves.
Yes.
That's what's going on. And this bill, even hitting the House floor, and eventually going to be hitting the Senate floor, is proof of that.
Yes. That there is this push against allowing the existence of people that they are so afraid of that they're trying to make them not exist.
Yes.
Yes. This has just really sparked like a lot of other crying out on social media that's just been driving me crazy. And one of the things that I saw today was, what if one of the things that I read, and I'm trying to say it right, I bet you liberals would cry and yell if we tried to make their kids Christians in school. And I wrote back, we absolutely would cry and yell if you tried to make our kids believe anything specific in school. And by the way, we're not doing that to your kids.
Yes. And by the way, you fuckers are already doing that. In Texas, Freddie, and countless other states in the South.
Oklahoma.
And we are putting it out there, and we are putting our words out, because it's not okay. The 10 Commandments are, by law, up in classrooms.
Yeah.
In certain states now.
Yes. And it's very frustrating because, yes, they are doing that. And the thing is, nobody is teaching a transgender narrative at any school.
Yes. And we have almost nothing representation-wise, even still now.
Yeah.
Unless you are specifically looking for it.
Do you know that GSAs are not allowed to exist in schools? Teachers are allowed to have students in their classroom if they sponsor them to talk about whatever they want to. Dungeons and Dragons, Disney Club, and GSAs. But none of those are allowed to be, and I'm including the Disney Club and Dungeons and Dragons. None of those are allowed to be specific school-sponsored events that they push GSAs into. But recently in Florida, this Charlie Kirk, what is it, PUSA or
I don't know.
Whatever the Charlie Kirk program is being introduced in schools as school-sponsored activities. School, I think in some places in Florida, schools forced activities, and it makes no sense to me how that one side can say that how the conservatives can say that liberals are doing things that they have no proof over, but we can push back with all of these examples that yes, you are actually 100% actually doing this.
Quite frankly, it's projection.
Explain that more.
Projection, most of the time, is one-on-one. Someone will project their feelings onto another. Uh-huh. Someone will project their actions onto another. In this current example that we are talking about, it is two different groups, but one is most certainly directing one of their actions onto the other to hit political game, and they are also shutting down the other every chance they get.
Yes.
Because they cannot possibly... Because this has also been proven in many times in their debates, cannot think out of themselves.
Yeah.
Except that we have saw in the House.
Yeah.
We saw some of them start waking up and start thinking fully.
And stop thinking outside of their own narrative, too. Because, as we just described, you think that you're attacking one group, but you hurt so many others.
Yes.
I think there is a lot of people that voted for Orange 47 recently that are realizing that they're losing their jobs and their health benefits and their SNAP benefits as well because Orange 47 does not care about you.
He only cared about the billionaires. The truly bad 1%.
Yes.
Not the 1% of trans people. Not the 1% of redheads. It's that the one that already have the money, have the power, have been proven again and again in history that going out for more because they are feasting off of it.
Yes.
And they cannot abstain themselves without getting more of it.
And as we are talking about this point, let's go to our PSA. That's right, kids. Avoid Orange 47. That's right, Orange 47. It's just like Orange 45, but right now more deadly. Avoid Orange 47. But I hurt the people that I don't like until they realize that it's also hurting them. I mean, that was the point that I was trying to make. Go ahead.
Because that's what it takes for people to see outside of themselves. It's them being a part of the hit sometimes.
Them getting hit.
Yeah, it takes them getting hit to see what's happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially, as we see with people in that bubble. Kindly, I'm going to bring up Wicked for a second. In their Glinda bubble. And seeing that bubble get popped. And finally having to react to it because they can finally see outside of it.
I kind of like that narrative of the Glinda bubble, and I didn't process that at all until you just said it right now.
Because we're gonna take a short foray into Wicked.
No, we're gonna actually take a big, huge step into Wicked because we were supposed to have fun today.
Because at the core of Wicked, it is a story about fighting fascism. Wicked is undeniably affected by what happened back in World War II. It is undeniably. And by that, now you should also see the reflection of it in what's happening now. That's why in the movie they had to add the 2 more songs.
There's 2 songs in the movie that aren't in the play?
Yes.
What songs are those?
No Place Like Home.
Uh-huh.
And Girl in the Bubble.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Alphabet song for a second, and then we will talk about Glinda's.
Yeah.
And we'll get back on to that point that I did that moment ago. No Place Like Home is Alphaba acting, why does she keep fighting for the plates even though it hates her? Mm-hmm. With all the animals around her. People who are currently queer, black, and any other group being targeted are feeling that. Why do I keep on fighting for a place that clearly hates me? Why am I still here if it's been proven that it doesn't want to protect me?
Queer, persons of color, all of the marginalized groups that are really being further marginalized right now.
Yes. It is literally what everyone in these groups hopefully are thinking.
Yeah.
Because it's literally... Why? Luckily, I found the good reasons why in the organizations that we go out and help support and be a part of. But for a lot of people, they're still finding that why. Because maybe in their areas, close enough to them, they cannot see it. They cannot find the groups helping.
Yes. But thankfully, hopefully groups like for persons of color, NAACP, like for our LGBTQI plus siblings, there are pride centers, there's GSAs, there's all sort PFLAGs that exist in this world that are trying to help. And hopefully they can find them to find their home.
Yes.
I have felt that a lot of way with people that I talk about with church, that there's people that want LGBTQI plus individuals that want to find a home in church. They want it so bad, but they can't find it, but they still fight for it.
Yeah.
And it really does. It baffles me as a pastor why that they would keep fighting for how much that church trauma has affected them.
Yeah. That song is very much about that point of view.
Yeah.
It's very much going, here's the view of everyone who's being marginalized right now.
Yeah.
Told by a person of color, told by Cynthia Erivo. It's coming from someone within.
Yeah.
Who is actively getting hurt and by all these things happening.
Yeah.
It's coming from that point of view for it to hit exactly the way that it needed to, directly from someone who's actively living it, to make sure that it happened.
Yes.
Now let's talk about Girl in the Bubble.
Let's talk about Girl in the Bubble, because that is a beautiful imagery.
Girl in the Bubble is about conservatives, or at the time, I'm not going to say it, in World War II, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know who they are talking about.
Nazis.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah. And it is about conservative Nazis' bubbles being broken the second it hits them. Because in that point in the movie, it most certainly had started hitting Glinda.
Yeah.
By all accounts. By directly taking away by Madame Marble. Spoiler for a show that's 20 years old.
If you haven't seen a show that's 20 years old or read a book that's 40 years old, too bad. But spoilers.
By Madame Marble taking Nesta away. I can do a whole rant about Nesta, but that is not for right now. But Glinda's bubble actively getting broken the second its effector, as we are seeing so many Republican conservatives' bubbles being broken quite actively.
At least 4.
And rapidly.
At least 4 bubbles were broken because there were 4 people in the House that did vote against the gender-affirming care bill.
But in that moment, we did see people who we thought weren't in their bubbles, shown to be in the bubbles, and to, same quote from last week, showed themselves to be status quo Democrats.
Yeah.
Which, as I stated last time, is the same thing as a slightly less loud Republican.
Well, I will share with you though. What we need is a Democrat that will be like a loud Republican. But on the Democratic side with Democratic language.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I am not talking about those people right now.
But that's what we need though.
I am yet.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm getting.
Okay.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Okay. So, they have shown themselves to be in their bubbles. So now I'm getting to what you just said. We need the people who are loud, who are actively fighting to help burst those bubbles to make sure that they get back on track and start fighting for rights and fighting for their own.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I wasn't going to talk about Nesta, but I'm going to
talk about Nesta.
Nesta is the greatest example of someone within a community being damaged, causing harm because they're being damaged.
Yes.
And it's only making it.
They want to make other people hurt because they're hurting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And notably, I note that I did not say that it was because she was disabled.
No,
that
she's
is
hurting.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that is not a part of her character.
Yeah.
It's a small part of it, but it does not affect how she is seen in odds, except a couple of times in Act 1.
And honestly,
she is seen as more human than Alphaba is.
Yeah. But there's another part of that too, and it's where her hurt comes from. As I'm saying this, I'm trying to agree with you. She is seen as more human as Alphaba, but only because of her disability. It's almost like overcompensation.
Yes.
And sometimes when the overcompensation sets in, that makes her too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we saw it by literally when Bach comes out of putting it immediately back on Alphaba.
Yeah.
Because Nesta Rose, even in Act 1, had never took fault for her actions. That did not happen in both the movies and the stage musical. That did not happen.
Yeah.
She is the greatest example of someone who is heartbroken. I'm not even gonna say hurt anymore. Who is heartbroken because of a little crush she had, and taking it out on that person and causing more harm to the rest of that person's community. That because they didn't like that person. Doesn't that sound like something that's happening right now?
It does.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Well, just say it.
Doesn't it sound like Little Orange 47 right now? And everyone and a lot of people in the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like that? Oh no, it's almost like media doing its job. Media is supposed to be a reflection of reality. And it should be, because it helps the people who cannot see what's going on make it viable for them to.
And unfortunately, now that places like Warner Brothers Media and stuff and Paramount are becoming subservient to the king, visually subservient to the king, that those sources of good, pure news are starting to become few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also something that happened back in, say it with me, World War II.
Yeah.
Because, as we have seen time and time again, humans forget history. Rather it be for their comfort, it probably is, or let to get through. History repeats. So this time around, it's our job to make sure that it doesn't. Or at least not to the degree that it already has.
Yeah.
To make sure that we can limit the harm for the next time this happens. Because I guarantee you,
it will happen again.
There will be a next time. Because if we learned our history about World War II, it wouldn't have happened this time. And I doubt that people will learn much about it, because I bet you that will be very much in the history books, seen in a very different point of view, that will cause it to happen again. Because the victors write history, and sometimes the victors don't. But it's the times that the people in control of the media had the loudest voice,
yes,
will always cause it to repeat again.
Yes. Because as long as there's power to be taken, there will be someone to take it.
Yes.
Alright, we better cut things down today.
We will make sure next week will be a fun podcast, but things needed to be said.
Yes. And for now, that was the Single H Show for this week.
Your name is
Joseph Mills. Your name is
The Single H. Have a great week. Or at least try. Okay, it's good. Shoot for okay. You got this.
Live in a bubble here or there.
Yes, but not all the time.
But not all the time.
You got this.